Hey everybody, Grayson here, PokeProfit. We're doing a Sword and Shield booster box update today, but before we get into that, if you guys haven't seen already, we're getting the Rayquaza set in November. It's going to be called Delta Rain, I believe, November 6th. I prefer the Pokemon Pocket name, Ruler of the Skies. That's just me, but I do find it interesting how Pokemon's willing to use more than at least 2 words in a title for the Pokemon Pocket sets, but not for the TCG, physical TCG set. So I don't know. That's coming in November. Figured I would throw that in the video if you guys haven't seen that update already. But getting into the booster boxes, we'll start with Sword and Shield base. We'll go in order as always. Fairly boring week for most of the Sword and Shield era, with one box being the exception, which we'll get to here in a minute. But Sword and Shield base, we had 10 boxes listed below 20% move, 3 boxes sold by it now, which is actually the most since April, mid-April. Decent amount of these moving. Not really too much to say outside of that. The set's quite boring. Not something that I would recommend investing in. A couple hundred cards getting graded every week from that set. Rebel Clash, neutral signal right now. Not really worth buying in my opinion, but if you guys are curious about supply and demand, there were 15 boxes below a 20% move and 0 buy it now sales over the past 7 days for Rebel Clash. We haven't seen that since going back to March of this year. Market price has been very flat over the past 6 months or so. And I'm going to say it again in this video. I think this graph is a really great representation of how things aren't always as they seem. So if we go back to October of last year, September, October, this was a time where Sword and Shield as a whole was booming. Everybody was very bullish on all the trainer gallery sets, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, even Rebel Clash at the time. I mean, you would have 0, 1, maybe 2 boxes on the market below a 20% move. Hardly anything. And granted, they weren't really selling at the same time, maybe a couple boxes per week, but you can see heading into November, December, and then of course this year, there's a lot of supply on the market, even for a set like Rebel Clash, which historically the conversation around Rebel has been that it was short printed. There's hardly any boxes out there, and that's why it might be a decent long-term investment. But once this hype goes away and you realize that Sword and Shield, or at least some sets from Sword and Shield, might not be that great of an investment, well, we start to see that supply come back to the market. So just keep that in mind. Apply that to other areas of the Pokemon market right now. Now, Darkness Ablaze, this is sitting around $357. It's been steadily climbing since mid-April, which I guess is a good sign if you own this set. In terms of supply, trendline is definitely going down, which is also a good thing. And sales volume, I mean, maybe a little bit lower than where we like it. 7 boxes sold over the past 7 days, 1 box per day. The week before it was at 2 boxes per day. But yeah, I think average probably about 1.5 to 1.7 boxes of Darkness moving every single day. The set as a whole, really not that great. It's not something that I would have money in, but to each their own if you want to own that box. Vivid, this is really surprising too. Vivid's now up to $340. It's kind of insane. In my opinion, this box is continuing to climb on TCG Player, because when we look at eBay and the amount of boxes out there, 143 boxes listed below a 20% move. You guys can see on the graph, since we started tracking Vivid back in June of last year, that's the most supply below a 20% leg up we've ever seen. So this box continues to run on TCG Player, and at the same time, we're continuing to see more boxes hit the market. Kind of insane in my opinion. 2 boxes sold per day this week as well. So that's actually coming down a little bit over the past couple weeks. You do have the Pikachu in here. You have this Rayquaza, amazing rare, which maybe we should keep an eye on just because of the Rayquaza set being officially announced now. I think a lot of the gains probably already caked in to a lot of the Rayquaza cards, but you never know. That's around $30. Battle styles, neutral signal, 1 out of 10. Really not too much to say here. Box price is going up slightly on TCG Player. Sales volume also slightly up from last week, going from 12 units to 13 units selling, so a little bit less than 2 per day. And the amount of boxes below a 20% move, 119. That is down, but it's still a decent amount of battle styles out there. Not as much as we saw back in November of last year. There's almost 200 boxes, 170 below a 20% move. That was a crazy time for the Sword and Shield booster boxes. Chilling Reign, the only box currently in a buy setup, 8 out of 10. Now, I don't think this is going to be as strong of a signal as it's kind of lending itself to look. The issue here, when we look at the amount of boxes on the market, we went from 105 below a 20% move down to 33. And the reason for that, you had two very large sellers on eBay who had multiple cases worth of Chilling Reign listed. They've either moved their price up or they've taken their boxes off of the market. So that's drastically reduced the amount of chilling on the market. At the same time, sales volume staying consistent, 2 boxes per day, which is great. But I wouldn't be shocked if something changes next week in regards to the amount of supply on the market. But you never know. I mean, maybe chilling makes a move now up to like 510, 515. I do think it seems a little bit cheap, around $500 for the amount of value in the set and just how old it is too. I mean, we're talking about total set value almost 2K. That is definitely respectable, and top 10 values over $1,200. You don't see that in a ton of sets. And I can't remember exactly what some of these top chasers were going for the last time we looked at this, but Galarian Slowking is getting very close to $100 ungraded near mint. We can go to TCG Player and look. Yeah, 96.88. Do the 1 month chart, $97. And recent sales in that range. You had a couple push over 100 earlier on in the month, and now we're seeing the last couple $99, $100, $89. So we'll keep an eye on some of those Chilling Reign cards, but I just don't think this is going to jump to like 550, 560 overnight. I have a vibe that Sword and Shield era as a whole, it's going to take a little bit longer, guys, if you own these boxes. Evolving Skies, same market price for I think like 3 weeks now on TCG Player. There's just not a ton of sales there. In terms of supply on eBay, 76 units below a 20% move. That's the most we've seen since December of last year. So over 6 months, and it's just been steadily climbing. Sales volume at the same time, steadily declining. So I do think it's going to be a while before we see Evolving Skies make another huge move. Long term, I still think it's a solid investment. Quant would agree. You have amazing chase cards, good appreciation on all your evolving products. You have that IP desirability, and you do have a decent amount of this still being graded. You can see on a weekly basis, we're somewhere around 1,500 cards, and this is trending downwards, and that is to be expected. I mean, the set is now, what, almost 6 years old, but at the same time, you have incredible chase cards in here that people will continue to grade. I mean, we're talking about 13 cards currently, over $100. Then you have the Noivern in here, another Umbreon Rainbow, the Umbreon Full Art. A lot of this stuff is still being graded, guys. And then, of course, your Moonbreons, your Rayquaza VMAXs, tons of these still being sent off for grading. Fusion Strike, Neutral Signal as well. Not too much to say here. Supply, this is the highest we've seen in a very long period of time. We'd have to go back to, let me just check, October of last year to see this amount of boxes below a 20% move. Currently 87, 12 selling in the past 7 days, so less than 2 per day. Still a great set. Long term, I'm still very bullish on Sword and Shield, but it really does seem like the interest right now is not in these older sealed products from Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, XY, that stuff really just not being talked about that much. Brilliant Stars, more the same. I mean, this box is continuing to creep up on TCG Player, which is great. Like the slow and steady growth heading back to, let's see, early January of this year. This was $560. Basically every week we've moved up towards $622 now on TCG Player, but still a lot of supply, echoing basically what we've talked about this entire video. 83 units below a 20% move. That's the highest we've seen for Brilliant since June of last year, guys. That is insane. Basically a year before we've seen this much supply on the market. And sales volume, it's coming down 11 units in the past 7 days. That is less than 2 per day, which brilliant. This was something I talked about earlier this year, January, February, March. We were seeing 2 to 3 units selling per day. Even in January, it was closer to 4 sometimes. In terms of the amount of cards from Brilliant being graded on a daily, weekly basis, we're looking at, 1,400 in a week, so a couple hundred per day. This is also trending downwards, but that's also to be expected for how old of a set Brilliant is. Astral Radiance, more of the same, trending downwards in terms of grading. If we go look at supply quickly, a lot of this on the market, 74 units below 20% move. We'd have to go all the way back. Actually, this is the highest it's ever been, because even here in December, that was 73 units. Basically the same, but a little bit more right now. Sales volume has been up over the past couple months. 11 units sold. That's actually not too bad for Astral Radiance, but still less than 2 per day. Lost Origin, box price actually coming down on TCG Player. A few weeks ago, we were around $830. Now we're sitting around $770. 78 units as well, below a 20% move. We'd have to go all the way back to December of last year to see that much supply of Lost Origin on the market. Sales volumes coming down to 10 units in the past 7 days. 1.43 per day, I believe. I think one of the major bright spots for a set like Lost Origin at this point, the Giratina, still getting a lot of love, up to around $845 ungraded. The graded copies as well, PSA 10s, BGS 10 Pristines, those are definitely going up. TCG Player graph is horrifically ugly to look at. 3-month chart though, there you can see it. And recent sales, near mints, 840, almost $1,000. That's from June 9th, $792. So it's a little bit all over the place, but still a very, very expensive card. The final set of this video, Silver Tempest. Someone wanted me to do an update on this, so we'll go a little bit deeper into silver. When we look at supply, 66 units below 20% move. At the same time, only 9 boxes sold in the past 7 days. That's 1.29 per day. That is not strong at all. And I think silver, like a lot of these other sets, gonna slow down a decent amount over the next quarter or two at this point. Lugia, still a great card, $530 ungraded. Rayquaza, $215. You have a couple Blazekins in here, the Unknown, Reggie Drago as well, another Rayquaza card, which I think is only going up in price because of the anticipation of the Rayquaza set. I'm really not a huge fan of this card. We can go look at the near mint chart. A lot of movement over the past week or so, from 28 bucks up to around $38. So I don't know, Silver Tempest, decent long-term hold. You have a couple solid cards up top, but outside of that, really not a ton of depth. In terms of grading, trend line's obviously down, and we're looking at about 1,000 cards, 1,100 maybe on a good week right now being graded at PSA. And you can see the pops here on a lot of the top chases. Lugia over 24K. Rayquaza VMAX getting close to 16,000 PSA 10s at this point. But that's all I wanted to get to in this video. If you guys enjoy this type of content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. It does help out a ton. We're getting very close to 16,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for the support. If you want to work with me this year, links as always in the description, the mentorship program, consultation calls. There should be a link as well to TCG Quant, 3-day free trial. So absolutely no pressure. You can jump in there, try it out. I think it's a very useful tool for anyone looking to invest in sealed Pokemon. We do cover a little bit of One Piece too, and I'm sure we'll expand in the future to probably some other games. So with all that said, thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.